Welcome to Books in Sum, your go-to for bite-sized book summaries.
How to Be Alone by Sara Maitland. Solitude is an immensely powerful and positive thing, and those who experience it can be far healthier and more relaxed than the rest of us. It can also improve our personal well-being and creativity, as it allows us to discover our real self and focus on a deeper understanding of who we are and what matters to us. For example, Henry David Thoreau spent over 2 years alone in the woods of Walden Pond rediscovering himself, which led to his groundbreaking book Walden in 1854. Many creative people in various fields have recognized solitude as a main source of creative output, and Virginia Woolf believed that spending time alone was vital to creativity. Greta Garbo was a famous actress who decided to retire from acting and live a simple and solitary life. She was able to enjoy peace and creativity by giving herself plenty of time alone. To find seclusion, one of the best ways to do this is to escape from the city and enter nature. This connection with nature is a beautiful and even mystical experience. People who have had this experience call it transcendence, or an interaction with something that goes beyond the conscious mind. To achieve this, solitude is a requirement in order to achieve a truly transcendent experience. In many cultures throughout history, spending time alone has been considered necessary for the transition into adult society. This is why people who spend time alone are often described as selfish, unnatural, and sometimes even dangerous. Most people consider it socially acceptable when someone takes an occasional hiking trip on their own or secludes themselves for a brief period to work on a project. But when it comes to people who choose solitude as a way of life, they can often be looked down upon. Philip Koch, a philosophy professor, researched the negative reactions to solitude and found that due to human evolution finding success through companionship, people have an inherent reaction to solitude as being unnatural. This is likely due to psychological research that has determined positive relationships with others to be necessary for an individual's happiness. We also have a tendency to view someone who is isolated as putting themselves in danger, as if they hurt themselves, who will be there to help them. Ultimately, these views are an unfair social stigma and one should embrace it. To be alone, one must recognize and overcome their fears of solitude and take steps to feel at ease on their own. It is possible to overcome fears of solitude by giving yourself small doses of alone time that test your comfort level. It is important to realize that solitude isn't dangerous or scary, and that it can be healthy. Anthony the Great was the founding father of monastic living and remained in isolation for 20 years. Jetson Matenzin Pama lived alone in a cave for 12 years and was both mentally and physically fit. To expand your periods of solitude, it is important to spend more time focused on solitary activities you already enjoy, such as reading, watching movies, or listening to music. Additionally, taking solitary walks in nature can be a great source of happiness for anyone, and it doesn't cost any money. Finally, running is a great way to get more in tune with your body, mind, and nature. Psychologist Donald Winnicott has traced our adult ability to enjoy solitude back to when we were infants. As we grow older, we can lose the sense of safe alone time and our ability to happily experience solitude, but it doesn't have to stay this way. To regain this, we should choose a challenging but achievable trip that we can do on our own. We should also use solitude to explore reverie, a state of active imagination, which is what psychoanalyst Carl Jung used to examine his subconscious. Jung encouraged this reverie in his patients, encouraging them to embrace solitude, return to thoughts of joy and happiness, and reclaim the safe alone time they experienced when they were children. The importance of passing on the benefits of safe alone time to children. Anthony Storr and Richard Louv offer advice on how to create a safe environment for children to spend time in on their own, such as allowing infants to use their active imagination and giving toddlers alone time outdoors in parks or in the woods. When it comes to story time, don't be overprotective and let kids enjoy stories where children encounter danger by themselves. Finally, determine how big or small your dose of alone time should be, as everyone is different and the division between extroverts and introverts is nearly impossible. Introversion is appreciated in Japanese culture, while extroversion is highly valued in the United States. This suggests that people in different parts of society are going to need more or less time alone, and that it is important to respect one another's decisions and not interfere when it comes to spending time alone. The book also suggests that people should start small and simple when they are tempted to find some time alone, like a bike ride or a visit to their local cafe, and that they should focus on their individual experience and be at peace with their solitude. Finally, the book suggests that in a society that values freedom and individualism, people should not be afraid to execute their right to solitude.
We hope you found this summary helpful in your listening journey. If you're interested in diving deeper into the topic or getting your hands on the whole book, be sure to check the description below where we've included links to the book and other related products that may be useful to you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on our latest book summaries. And feel free to leave a comment with any suggestions or requests for books you'd like us to cover. Thanks again for tuning in and happy listening.